Hello and welcome to SimRail. Here you're going to find nothing less than genuine, unedited gameplay and fact-based, honest reviews. All that I ask from you in return is that you comment below what your thoughts are on the game, and what you liked, or what you think is missing from it. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome. It's 23rd of April 2024. I'm SimUK. Welcome back to the Sim Shack. This is SimRail, the railway simulator. It's a game that is still very much in early access, and they still have this same sort of early access statement, which greets you when you load into the game. I'm going to accept that and jump in and just see whether or not I can get the rail driver working with this game. Due to game update, your settings and key bindings have been reset to back factory settings. Okay. Do you agree to send error data? Yes, you can have my error data. So I'm going to come down here. First of all, I'm going to click on simulation and see what that's all about. Auto flashlight is off. Head bob is on. Signal visibility enhancement level is 100%. What can it be? 400%. Okay, interesting. Send diagnostic data about errors. Yes. Automatic handling of start blocks. No, no, no. So everything is turned off. It's in simulation mode. I like that very much. Let's have a look at controls. So, camera sensitivity is 3, input Y axis, orbit, camera edit, general control, key bindings. Right. Let's just see if I can do any of this. So, it's going to be walking around. I can't really do anything with that. Interaction is fine. Flashlight. Teleport to cabin. Let's just press A button. Okay, so it's completely not seeing the rail driver. Let's go to train driver and just see if I can do something like this. Horn, there we go, there's a nice easy one. Note, some keys can never be used for rebinding. Okay, so my suspicion is that this is only going to recognise Xbox controllers, which is really quite disappointing. Yeah. Okay. So the editor is currently unavailable. Multiplayer is on, so I can complete any tutorial to unlock the multiplayer. Right, let's go do that then. Let's be a train driver for the day. That looks pretty good. 160 kilometers. Tutorial. Tutorial. I love that train. Oh, yes. Where's that blue one? We'll do a tutorial on the EN57. Let's go.
Today you will drive passenger train 4665 on the section Zawiercie, Dąbrowa Górnicza Ząbkowice. You will use the EN57 to operate it. This tutorial will show you how to start and drive the vehicle. It is time to enter the vehicle. Use the key or press the train door, but remember to close them afterwards.
Afterwards. Okay. Okay, how do I get up there? Press the train door, so I press the train door. Right, I can jump, but I can't get in. How do I get in? Good tutorial start. Why won't that let me get in? Let me try getting in another door. Oh, I can't get in that door, so it has to be this door. It has to be this door.
Go to electrical cabinet in
What?
motor car.
Go to the electrical cabinet in the motor car. Okay, how do I get up?
Go to electrical cabinet in the motor car.
I'm getting a lot of screen tearing, so let's fix that straight away. Settings, we'll put them on Ultra, and we shall turn on VSync. NVIDIA DLSS. Oh, nice upscaling quality. I like that. Click apply. And that crashed the game. Wait for the program to respond. All right, let's give it a second. There we go. So it didn't crash. It just very much looked like it crashed. Right, the electrical cabinet. Oh dear. FPS is really high, but it's got that old Playway problem where when you turn the camera, everything just blurs. Alright, so let's bring this back down to medium. Let's turn motion blur off. Right, that's a billion times better. Right, so where's the electrical box? It doesn't really sort of... No, I don't want to go in the passenger section. The textures make this look very, very, very clean and brand new. Go to the electrical cabinet. Let's just see if it's in the back here for some reason.
Switch on the battery in electrical cabinet.
Okay. First thing I've got to say is, why make me click on the door and then activate the animation? Why not just let me click on the door and run the animation? That's an extra click that just really doesn't need to be there.
Cabinet.
The audio doesn't match up with the animation. Still getting screen tearing. Oh, there's an arrow here, look. One thing that this does have that Train Sim World doesn't have, and I've always wondered why they never did it. I mean, although I don't have feet, you can hear my footsteps. And that is not in Train Sim World.
Ground relay switched on. Unlock the ground relay in electrical cabinet. It is time to enter the cabin. Use the key or press on the door.
So that's interesting. That's like... It's not fully animated, that. I was expecting to be able to open the door and actually turn the battery on and stuff. It's a little disappointing that they haven't done that properly, to be honest.
Activate the cabin.
It's kind of cool, though, that you can look through that hole and see all the way down the cabin, so that's kind of cool. Activate what? Activate the cabin. It looks like...
Activate the cabin. Turn on the radio by using the switch on the control panel.
The switch.
Enable radio and set desired channel. Rise the pantograph.
Rise the pantograph.
Wait for the voltage to appear. Set the direction to the 0 position.
Set direction to 0 position. Okay.
Enable the circuit breaker. Before acknowledging Vigilance system tests, move reverser handle into forward or reverse position. Enable the circuit breaker. Enable converter. Wait for charging current to stabilize. Enable compressor. Wait for charging current to stabilize. Release handbrake using a handle on the left-hand side of the cabin.
Oh, this one.
Move the brake handle to the pneumatic drive position. Move reverser into forward position. Before acknowledging Vigilance system tests, move reverser handle into forward or reverse position. Set the lighting for shouting maneuvers using the switches. Go to the second cabin.
This is way more involved than anything on Train Sim World 4. Way more involved, but I gotta say the tutorial is awful. And once you've done it maybe 4 or 5 times, maybe it makes more sense. But right now I'm just like, I am not following along with all of the switches and buttons and stuff at all. Wow, it's loud. This must be where the engine is. And when it says the second cabin, it means the other end of the train. I wish this didn't... What? I hate this. That's not immersive at all.
Lighting for shouting maneuvers using the switches. Go to the second cabin.
They've got to get rid of that extra unnecessary menu. It says go to the second cabin. I thought that was the second cabin. There's a bit of confusion in the tutorial, isn't there? I am liking it though. I am very impressed.
Use the call button on the radio to call the dispatcher.
And I love this.
Zawiercie to 4665, radio check.
And it looks great.
Zawiercie 4665 is ready.
Thank you. Wait for signal.
Wait for signal.
To sit on the driver's seat, press on it. Release the electro-pneumatic brake by moving and holding the lever as far forward as possible. Note, after releasing, the valve automatically returns to the emergency brake position. To drive, move drive handle to the first position. It is enough for a slow drive at the shunting speed.
Okay. That accelerated rather quickly.
Acknowledge Vigilance system.
I can see that the light ahead of me is not clear. Oh, this is brilliant. I really like this. There are definitely things I would recommend they fix and change, but solid 60 FPS, graphics look great. I don't have that horrible, well, there's a bit there. It's not as horrible as Train Sim World.
You can stop now. To brake, briefly move the brake lever to the EP position. The longer you hold it, the greater the braking force. The valve does not return to the EP position automatically. Open the doors using the switch. Set the lighting for a train operation using the switches. Set the lighting for a train operation using the switches. Go to the second cabin.
Really? Go to the second cabin? Or the first second cabin? Which second cabin is that? Oh, hello. Wow. That's a much better animation. Look how grumpy she is. That's very realistic. I am super impressed. This is, in many ways, this is kicking the butt of Train Sim World for me at the
Set
moment.
the lighting for a train operation using the switches.
I'm trying to. I've got to sit down.
Set the lighting for a train operation using the switches. Set the lighting for a train operation using the switches. Set the lighting for a train operation using the switches. Go to the second cabin.
You can see where they've made shortcuts, can't you? They're like, we'll just use that same bit of information, even though it's a different switch doing a different job. We'll just cut to the chase and have it do exactly the same tutorial thing. This is great. I do wonder why everyone's doing the Russian dance, you know what I mean? Hey, 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 hey. They'll start kicking their legs out in a minute. That's what it looks like. But the way they walk onto the train and sit down in the seat, spectacularly good. I hate that second menu. I've mentioned that a few
To
times.
sit on the driver's seat, press on it. Before closing the doors, use the buzzer. Close the doors using the switch. Decrease force of EP braking. To drive, move the drive handle to the chosen position. The vehicle will be automatically switching through the resistors and shunting positions. Acknowledge Villagen system.
This is just spectacular. Can I do an outside
It's time to
camera?
enter the vehicle. Use the key or press the train door, but remember to close them afterwards.
What?
Acknowledge Villagen system.
Okay, okay. Acknowledge. It's really like, acknowledge it now. There's no calmness to it. It's not like you've been the first time you've ever driven a train. Oh, well, calmly, just don't forget to press the vigilance button. You say, okay, yep. Press it now. Why haven't you already pressed the vigilance button? I don't know. Okay, so we're allowed to do 120 kilometers an hour, I'm guessing. I'm really liking this. This is very, very good. I hope they take on board some,
Acknowledge Villagen system.
Yes, sir. Oh, what was that I just brought up? So it's telling me that the next light is green, but I can't really see it. Let's just go into settings and tweak that thing. Simulation, here we go. So if I... Oh, can I not do it now? Oh, you can only do it before loading in. Okay, we'll do that in the next mission then. The mirror doesn't work. What is this thing? It's really loud. Oh, that's my speedo. So we got a green and a yellow here, so we want to slow down a little bit.
Decrease force of EP braking. Acknowledge vigilance system. Wait for a main tank to fill. Decrease force of EP braking.
So EP braking builds up over time. That's really cool. I like that. Okay, so that's something I need to
Good
learn.
drive. Move the drive handle to the chosen position. The vehicle will be automatically switching through the resistors and shunting positions.
So there's one thing here that this game is definitely doing that Train Sim World 4 cannot cope with. So if you jump ahead of the tutorial,
Vigilance system.
if you jump ahead of Train Sim World 4 when it's like guiding you through a scenario or whatever, it can't catch up with you. If you do anything in a slightly different order than the way it wants you to do it, it doesn't recognize that you've done that. Whereas this tutorial, I mean, I just put the brakes on and stopped the train there for no reason whatsoever. Immediately, it tells me how to get the train going again, which is perfect for a training scenario. Yeah, look, see?
Decrease force of EP braking.
Well, you say that, mate, but I've got a red light coming up. I'll tell you what, the brakes on this are incredibly good. You barely have to touch it and it stops.
Acknowledge vigilance system.
Ah, yes, sir. Disable SHP. I don't even know what that is. Audio's good. I like. That's a lot of detail over there, and it's not blurry or pixelated or anything. It looks really sharp. Graphically, I'm really quite impressed. I'm 7 minutes behind schedule. Oh, that's not good. So somewhere up here there's an orange signal or a red signal. That could be red, I'm not entirely sure.
Acknowledge vigilance system.
Acknowledging vigilance system. There's a bit of a blurry thing going on here, and there is a bit of a shadow on the tracks. It's less pronounced than it is in Train Sim World. I don't know why they don't just make the entirety of the tracks
Acknowledge vigilance system.
sort of pre-shaded so that you don't notice it so much. That's what I'd do, I think. Right, so we've got an orange light, or is that a red light? I'm guessing an orange light. I speed up. Clearly they want me to go faster. A 7-minute delay is not very good, is it?
Drive handle to the 0 position. It will make motors shut off. Increase force of EP braking. Decrease force of EP braking.
So it's just telling me to slow down.
Increase force of EP braking.
So you want me to slow down more?
Increase force of EP braking. Decrease force of EP braking.
Why is it telling me to do that? can do 120 kilometers according to the speed limit. Why did it make me slow down?
Acknowledge village and system.
Speed limit violation. I'm speeding.
Decrease force of EP braking. Move the brake handle to the pneumatic drive position.
Oh, I
Decrease force
see.
of EP braking.
The speed limit's down here in the bottom right. I don't know what this is. This is the next speed limit coming up? I see. I made a mistake there. Are we stopping at this station?
Increase force of EP braking. Increase force of EP braking. You can stop now. Open the doors using the switch.
I've got to see this. I've got to see how good this is through the thing. Look at that. I'm actually getting on the train, walking down the corridor, finding a seat, sitting down. That's epic. That's really, really good. Right, there's the whistle.
Before closing the doors, use the buzzer. Close the doors using the switch. Decrease force of EP braking. To drive, move the drive handle to the chosen position. The vehicle will be automatically switching through the resistors and shunting positions. Acknowledge village and system.
Speed limit is 40. Try and get this back on track. So in 2.6 kilometers I'll be able to go, oh there we go. So now we can go up to 110 kilometers, fine. Next speed limit is 120, so we can just go flat out pretty much. Ticking on that thing,
village and system.
I assume it's that that's ticking. It's driving me nuts. It's a horrible noise. But how fantastic is this? I mean, the internal textures are terrible. This looks like a brand new train, which it clearly isn't. So that's disappointing. But other than that, I'm really, really impressed. I just wish I could use a controller with it properly. Still 10 minutes behind. We're going to be permanently behind now. There's no way I can catch up, I don't think. And I haven't seen another train coming in from the other direction or anything.
Acknowledge village and system. Move drive handle to zero position. Do make motors shut off.
I don't want to.
Zero position. Do make motors shut off.
I don't want the motors to shut off. I want to go to 110 kilometers. Shut up.
Increase force of EP braking. Decrease force of EP braking. Increase force of EP braking.
I wish that thing would bugger off.
Increase force of EP braking. Decrease force of EP braking. Decrease force of EP braking. You can stop now. Increase force of EP braking. Open the doors using the switch.
The menu's in the way. Woof! 9-minute delay. We've made up 1 minute. I'm pretty impressed with myself, I have to say. Give me the whistle, and we're gone. 2, 1, 0.
Before closing the doors, use the buzzer. Close the doors using the switch. Decrease force of EP braking. To drive, move the drive handle to the chosen position. The vehicle will be automatically switching through the resistors and shunting positions.
Dodgery dodgery. I'm loving this. This is absolutely superb. I'll be glad when I'm not doing it in a tutorial and I haven't got him bitching and moaning at me, but to be fair, there's no way I would have stopped for that station because I had no idea it was coming up. It's going to be challenging to get good at this game, I tell you. But we have made up 1 minute. If I can get to within 5 minutes, I'll be happy.
Acknowledge village and system.
I did, I clicked on it.
Drive handle to the 0 position.
No!
Make motors shut off.
I don't want to. I'm trying to catch up on my time.
Increase force of EP braking.
We're going to shoot past.
Decrease force of EP braking.
No, we're going to be good.
Decrease force of EP braking.
Shut up, dude.
You can stop now.
I know. You're not helping as much as you think you are.
Open the doors using the switch.
I'm loving this. This is superb. We came in bang on it there. That was good. I'm really impressed with that. So I've got to learn when to start braking.
Close the doors using the switch. Decrease force of EP braking. Move the brake handle to the pneumatic drive position.
We're losing points because we're behind
Decrease
schedule.
force of EP braking. To drive, move the drive handle to the chosen position. The vehicle will be automatically switching through the resistors.
2.6 kilometers, okay. Speed limit 110.
System.
I'm way ahead of you, buddy. I'm way ahead of you. This is all done. I'm leading the way myself now. I don't need to follow your instructions anymore. He says. Clicking noise is driving me insane. They've either got to quieten that down or get rid of it. It's unbelievably intense.
Acknowledge vigilance system. Move drive handle to the 0 position.
Still 9 minutes.
Make motors shut off.
Not yet, buddy. Too early.
Increase force of EP braking. Decrease force of EP braking.
Really difficult to get it like 30-40% or whatever it is you're actually trying to get.
Decrease force of EP braking. You can stop now. Increase force of EP braking. Open the doors using the switch.
So we're gaining 100 points, so we'll lose 100 points because we'll leave late. I didn't make up any time there. I'm disappointed. This is really good, though. For an early access game, this is very accomplished.
Close the doors using the switch. Decrease force of EP braking. Move the brake handle to the pneumatic drive position. Decrease force of EP braking.
We're away, don't worry. Look at this guy. How cool is that? He's even looking at us. He turns to look at us. That's very cool.
Acknowledge vigilance system. Acknowledge vigilance system. Decrease force of EP braking.
But isn't the station coming up? Oh no, it's not.
Main tank to fill. Decrease force of EP braking.
Well, the main station was coming up. It's not. 1.4 kilometers away.
Drive handle to the 0 position. It will make motors shut off. Decrease force of EP braking.
Nope.
Decrease force of EP braking.
Still no. I pressed the button.
Increase force of EP braking.
Yeah, I thought as much.
Decrease force of EP braking. You can stop now. Open the doors using the switch. Before closing the doors, use the
There we go. So that tutorial was 30 minutes long. I actually got to do lots of stuff. I think that was brilliant. Really, really liked that. I started off slow and I just couldn't catch up basically after that. Hardly surprising. But what's this? Stopped at the station, departed late. Drove through the checkpoint late. But I got plus points for that, which is weird. What's this? Not sounding a warning signal. Really? When did it tell me to do that? I don't remember that. Stopped at the station, departed late. Lack of proper reaction to the security system. What? What are you talking about? Okay. Not sounding a warning signal again. So we only did a little bit of speeding. Like, we went over a smidge there, and then there was a bit there where I was looking at the wrong speedo. But other than that, I think we did quite well. Yeah. That was good. Whether or not I could just jump into an EN57 and figure out how to start it up and do everything myself, I think is highly unlikely. There was the tutorial is very much press that button, do this, do that, but it doesn't really explain what it is you're doing or why you're doing it. I'd like a little bit more idiot-proof tutorial, I think. But on these particular graphic settings, I think everything graphically looks fantastic. There's no stutters like there is in Train Sim World 4. It feels way more involved than Train Sim World 4. I would argue that whilst the audio is quite good, there are elements that could be much better. That clicking sound was doing my absolute nutting, and I'm not entirely convinced that the physics are realistic. Unless the brakes on these things are insanely good, they just felt a little bit too good for my liking. And internally, like the internal modelling of the train, they've made it look like it's brand bloody new. And clearly it's not a brand new kind of train. There should be some wear and tear to the buttons and, you know, to the wood, especially around doors and stuff. And that unnecessary click on a door and then a menu pops up thing, I hate that. There's absolutely no benefit to that whatsoever. I understand that in some cases doors do different things, like you could open it or close it, but I mean you could do that in a much better way, in a more immersive way. But overall, thoroughly enjoyed that. Very much looking forward to doing some more on this game. The new cargo pack has just come out, which is great. I'm going to see if I can get my hands on a copy of that. Maybe I'll have to buy it. Who knows? They might send me a copy. They might not. But yeah, fundamentally, at the end of the day, I really found that very immersive and enjoyable. I'm buzzing. I'm like really bouncing after doing that, and I didn't even do very well. So that's a great sign. And for an early access title, as long as they keep working on it and they listen to the community and take on board the suggestions, recommendations and stuff, I've got to say the passengers are a million times better on this than they are on Train Sim World 4. A, they actually look like real people. B, they walk onto the train properly. They find a seat, they sit down. That's extraordinarily good. And it doesn't affect the FPS at all. And I'm not even playing on maximum graphics. Well, I couldn't. I tried playing on maximum graphics and it didn't like it at all. But even on medium graphics, I'm quite impressed. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that was a really good experience. Obviously, I need to play a lot more to put a review in, but it's not my first time looking at this. My second look, I guess. My second look. Very impressed, and I'm just doing a tutorial, as I said. Really, really good. What are your thoughts? These are my thoughts. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Goodbye for now.